Hello, my friends. Welcome to Ludzys Lounge. A little coffee in the morning, and my guest is as reliable as a Rolex watch. One of my best friends of all time. I call him Grandpa. He's a beautiful guy. He's live from Peterborough, Stevie Larmer. Grandpa, how you doing?
I'm very good, Mr. Ludzys. How are you doing today?
Beautiful. I loved when you came and did the TV show with me a couple months back. It was beautiful to see you. I don't know, Larms. Hey, you know what? You won a cup in '94. I know you played 1,000+ games in the National Hockey League, almost scored. You had 441 goals. But knowing you, probably your most proudest moment was winning that cup, hoisting it up in '94 with the New York Rangers. Do you agree, yes or no, that great teams have to face adversity along the trails to win a Stanley Cup?
Well, absolutely. You're gonna that whole run for the playoffs is it's 2 months. It's 4 different series, and if you don't any adversity throughout the playoffs, it's pretty hard to win, and there's a lot of ups and downs. And the one thing about that team, having the Mark Messier and Kevin Lowe and Craig McTavish and Jeff Boom and a lot of guys that had won multiple cups in Edmonton. Without their leadership, I don't know that we really could have gotten through it the way that we did.
Lars, can you win a Stanley Cup with young guys, or do you need that leadership, guys that have already been through the trenches and have that serves you well and holds you in good stead along the, as you said, for 2 months, it's a marathon, not a sprint?
Well, I think you need a mix of both. You need a mix of youth and enthusiasm, and you need to have some wisdom, some veteran hockey players, and we had we had a good mix of both that year, with probably more veterans than youth, but we had a lot of guys that hadn't been there before that were hungry for it, and that really helped.
Arms, you were on the Player Association, and I'm proud of the work that you did there. They couldn't find a more honest guy. Can you answer this question, my friend? Do you think that we're seeing a lot of headshots and a lot of guys get knocked out? Is it not a little bit of the onus goes on the guy carrying the hockey puck?
Well, yeah, there's a responsibility on both players involved and stuff like that. And I think we're sometimes too quick to point the finger at the guy that does the hitting, as opposed to the position of the player that was in. And I don't know if we have a class of generations of young players that have come up through minor hockey playing under a different set of rules than what some of the veteran NHL players have had. And you just can't continually keep putting yourself in a vulnerable position and think that you're safe, because when you get into the NHL, you're playing against men, and they're looking to take advantage of any situation. And if you're coming across with your head down, chances are somebody's going to step up and try and hit you.
Lars, have you watched any particular series, or are you just flipping back and forth watching the hockey? Are you watching the Montreal-Boston series at all?
I'm watching a little bit of every series. There's been some really, really, really great hockey games, and some what people I guess would call upsets and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I think that the first round is the hardest round to get out of, and then once you get out of the first round, it kind of settles down a little bit more, and it almost becomes more predictable.
Yeah, I meant to say the Buffalo-Boston series when I was talking about. You see the Sabres lose Vanek. Do you agree that one man does make a big difference in the Stanley Cup? You got to get lucky to win a cup. You got to stay out of injury, jinx, and usually your MVP of your hockey club is a trainer.
Yeah, well, there's no question about that. I mean, and that goes right back to '94 when we won the Stanley Cup in New York, and I mean, we had a real good, strong team, but we also went through that playoff series injury-free, and I think, you make your own bounces and stuff like that, and you make your own breaks, and I think we had a hard-working team that, we were able to work our way through some of that adversity, and even when we lost, when we should have won, it was you know, well, let's forget about it. You know, tomorrow's a new day. We got to go to practice. Let's keep our heads up high and stay positive and get ready for that next game. We got to forget about this one. And you do need your key players. You need to be injury free, and it's hard to get through the playoffs when you've got some of your key players that are hurt.
Larms, I just wrote a book, and you've read it also. Been there, done that, and you and I were teammates in junior. We went to pro. I think people have a hard time believing that when you and I played our first year pro in Moncton, New Brunswick, we won a Calder Cup there. Our salaries were $20,000 and $25,000. That's what we got paid for a season.
Well, it cost us more to stay than what we made. I mean, I don't think a lot of people realize that either. But I think it's one of those things that, you know, at the end of the day, it's you know, the experience that you can gain from going through stuff like that is worth more in dollars than what it actually cost us to stay there and win it.
I remember we won the cup, and I didn't want you to leave. A couple of days later, you're leaving to go back to Peterborough. I stole your battery out of your car.
Well, he did a lot of things to me that year that we can't discuss right now.
Absolutely. On that note, we will let Mr. Larmer go, just in case he starts blabbing a little bit. Hey, Lawrence, thanks for being our guest, and take care. I love you, buddy. Take care, and I'll see you on the trails.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Say, buddy.